All right, so we are here on the Banks roof. We've got a very old architectural shingle. You can take a good look just kind of at our whole surface here, the setting that we're in. And this is one of our worst, definitely one of our worst architectural roofs we've seen. We got granule loss throughout, lots of age. There's gonna be brittleness and loss of pliability, which is something's ability to bend without breaking and snapping. And then it's gonna be very stiff. It's not gonna have its moisture because of the age here and the amount of UV rays it's been exposed to. So we're gonna go ahead and get started to do our diligence. We're gonna unseal the shingle first. And right away you can see, the granules just kind of falling out as we're going along. We're barely even touching the roof. And especially in these concave portions in between the teeth, you've got, just paper thin shingle here with almost no granules or mat. I mean, you're looking just basically at fiberglass hairs. A less skilled technician would probably tear this shingle getting it out. Okay, we've got our shingle selected. And we're gonna unseal all the way down. We do that in good faith because if you don't, you'll get creasing kind of through the middle here because the shingle can't freely move. I'm gonna come over here a little bit, come from the other way. Wants to tear there because it's so thin, but we're pretty good, we got it. That guy is completely unsealed. Okay. Move on over here. Now, this shingle here, it may not have to be unsealed. Well, this one's gonna have to come up. We'll leave this one for now, and we'll come back to him. We wanna do minimal invasions. All right, he just popped right open. So we've got our first row unsealed, second row unsealed. We may not need to unseal that one. And now we're gonna go ahead and start grabbing these nails out. So lots of debris under there, lots of dirt and dust, which means these shingles haven't been sealing correctly probably for a while. Okay. Got one. Two. Okay. Three. This one's not cooperating. We got it. A couple of these nails are overdriven, which means that the person with the nail gun probably had it set a little too high, or it could just be from age that these shingles have just kind of given up and they become so brittle that they've started to break away around the nail head. So 5 nails came out. Looks like we may have a nail under this shingle. We're gonna remove all the other ones first and then come back and see if we have to unseal him. All right, there's one. That shingle does not have any nails in it. That's out of code. 2. We don't ever use our thumb to lift a shingle. We're always gonna spread our fingers. The reason we do that is because we don't want to put all the pressure on one spot and have it tear. We're gonna use our fingers fanned out to kind of spread the leverage out. So we have 1 nail in this guy. We had 1, only 2. So that's not in code. So that's going to be a problem right there. I'm not sure what was going on when they built that, but anyway, you can see that we took our time taking this out here. Didn't add any extra damage to the rest of the roof or the shingle itself. We're going to take a look under here just to make sure there's no layers. It's felt. We've got one layer. Let that guy go down over there. And we're going to grab our, let's see, the better looking of the two. I think this one got a little bent. So we will use this here. Camco Heritage Weatherwood. We like these shingles, they're pretty. So, I mean, straight away, you've got obvious color disparity. That's gonna happen with the age of this roof. No matter how close of a match we get, the age is gonna wear off so much of that color that you're just not gonna get that right hue. So this roof is like a red sunset to like a lighter color. You've got like a dark, deep red to a light color, like a sunset kind of on all these shingles. And this is a cold color. This is a gray blue. So, I mean, and this, it is kind of sort of a back slope, but this is very, you can see the sidewalk right there. I mean, this is clearly visible. So there's going to be an eyesore to the neighbors, people walking by, homeowners. We'll move on. All right, so this is where that brittleness and lack of pliability is going to come into play. So on this new shingle, no matter how many times I brush this, 100,000 times, slap it around, move it around, manipulate it, you're not going to see any of these granules fall out. And that's the point of the shingle. It's to protect the home. It's to be able to take a beating from nature, weather, the installation itself. So, you know, manufacturer specs are to lift the shingle as high as necessary to make sure the nail goes in flush. We can't be driving the hammer in at an angle, right? So even here, you can see how high the shingle is. There's absolutely no way the head of that hammer is going to clear the shingle. I'm gonna blast the shingle, or I'm gonna put the nail too low or crooked. We're not nailing sideways. That's why these things slide out. That's installation error. The nail is what holds the shingle into the roof. If how high the shingle is being lifted comes into question, the shingle is too old to be repaired. I mean, that's the end of it right there. Per manufacturer guidelines, we will lift the shingle only and always as high as I need to drive the nail flush, which is gonna be about right there, okay? So already you can hear it. It sounds like somebody squeezing a dry sponge. It's just cracking. You've got a bubble here on this tooth. That's a little tunnel. Goes all the way through. So we got a delamination and it's gonna crease there as well. All those granules are gonna fall out. And we're gonna go ahead and drive nail one. We're doing 6 because that is what the manufacturer likes, in groupings of 1, 2, 2, and 1. So we have 1, 1. We're going to do a grouping of 2, and you can see the same thing. We got this delamination bubble. I'm using my whole knuckle, fist, and thumb to hold that up. And I've got to get it high enough. Like you can see, I cannot crank the hammer sideways. That's why you get sliders. The nail's what holds the roof together. It's got to go in above all else. The nail has got to go in correctly. And you can see the shingle is just not cooperating with us. So that's our grouping of 2 here. 1 on the end, grouping of 2. We're going to do another grouping of 2 here per manufacturer guidelines. Same thing across this whole roof. Delamination and bubbling, creasing. This one didn't even go back down. So neither did that one. You can see right through that one there. So we've now installed 5 shingles, 5 nails, 1 on the end, 1 on the end, 2 groupings of 2 in the top row. That is code and what the manufacturer prefers. We're gonna move on to the bottom. Sorry, I'm sweating in our area here. It's mid-80s today. Okay. So we are gonna go ahead, and now I got the whole shingle unsealed here, but there's no pliability. You know, I feel bad even doing it. I know better as a contractor. This is already cracking and creasing. You can hear it. I'm gonna go ahead and try not to go any higher. Okay. And it doesn't even want to lay back down because of that lack of moisture. We're gonna move on. Sealant strip on the new shingle works. Gonna do a grouping of 2. It looks like we had something happen up here. So it looks like the shingles are so stiff that we had a blow through from one of our brand new nails that we just put in the roof. I'm gonna drive another one, but we're already at a domino here. So, you know, it's kind of hard to even tell what to try at this point. All right, we're gonna keep going. We got 2 more to drive here, and 1 on the end. All right. That one's new. Yeah. Last one. And again, you know, it's not a surprise at this point. All these teeth are delaminating. We've got creasing. I mean, it's pretty much tearing there. We had a blow through from lack of pliability. Snow granules on this roof. You know, this is gonna get tarped over because this shingle's gonna fall off. So just so you can see, I can brush this shingle all day long, right? Nothing happens. The moment you start brushing this shingle, look at all these granules falling off. You can tap the roof and they're falling off like a waterfall here. They're not supposed to do that, right? So between the delamination of the teeth, the bubbling, creasing, tearing, color disparity between this colder colored shingle and this warmer sunset colored roof, as well as that blow through, because the shingle simply won't bend. It's become so stiff that it's not allowing the nails even to hold it together. This is a repair fail. In my professional opinion, this roof cannot be repaired or patched. It must be replaced as a whole. Thank you so much.